Hello, for those that don't know me, because I'm uploading this to my YouTube and it can be obviously seen a bit more widespread. I'm Kelly O'Dell, I'm a makeup artist, and so obviously at this time it's COVID-19 happening and everyone's lost work. So I'm one of those that's affected, obviously, being a makeup artist. So I've been trying to do some videos and just fun stuff, makeup stuff. I am struggling to motivate myself daily because I did use stuff with anxiety and depression anyway, anxiety more so. But this is obviously heightening those. So yeah, I just thought today I would try and do a video because some days with my anxiety and depression kicking in, I'm not getting a lot done and I'm being really demotivated. I'm tired. I just can't sleep at nights. Then I'm sleeping in longer. So when I do get up, I just don't feel well. So it's a bit of a catch-22 circle going on. So I just thought today I would do a kind of like get ready with me style video, talking. A lot of the videos I've been doing are kind of sped up, not a lot of talking going on. So I thought I'd try this kind of style today. So yeah, so to start my day, I'm going to go and have some CBD oil. So this is by Organic Relief and this is the drops. So all I have to do, lift up my tongue, and I dropped 4 drops under my tongue. So kind of just meant to let that settle. I mean, me talking is probably not the best way to take it. I think you're just meant to try and not do anything for 5 minutes, just let it absorb in. And also I've already taken CBD capsules. So these are only 300 milligrams. So at the minute my anxiety and depression is heightened, so I've been taking 2 a day. But on a normal situation, say if I've just got normal social anxiety and normal anxiety through work or shopping or whatever, I can just take 1 and it'll be fine. So a bottle like this will just last me ages. But yeah, again, so this is the Organic Relief Company and this stuff's amazing. It's legal, it's not illegal. When anybody hears CBD, they think, oh, weed smoker, stoner. It's nothing like that at all. It's pure, it's organic, it's natural, it's a herbal remedy. And it can help many things, like it helps people's pains with their joints, back pains, just all different kind of pains. It depends on the strength you have. But I only know the strengths that I have, and that's to help my anxiety. So yeah, I highly recommend it. And if you are struggling with anxiety or depression, maybe look into it, especially that brand. I spoke to a guy called Dean. He's really nice. You just message him, tell him what you're interested in taking it for, and he can advise you really. So yeah, I really recommend it. So anyway, moving on. Also I just want to mention my tan. Like, for me, this is just a nice level of tan. Like, I love this. I can't really show you what I was like before this shade. And I just lightly go over my tattoos as well, and it's not made them too dark. Sometimes fake tans go really dark, and this is the Primark one, which is this one, Self Tan Mousse, and it's in medium dark, and oh my god, I'm loving it. Like, my hands are just so nice. Right, my hands are a little bit pale because I do wash my hands a lot, because I'd rather them be pale because I could get away with it because of the tattoos, than just that brown and muck hair. But what's on there's just like no like clogging, no patchiness, not on my elbows. But to prep my tan, I actually put some cocoa butter on. So you know, you're meant to moisturise your elbows, your knees, your hands, your feet. So I did it with this, and it's just made it amazing. I'm really impressed. Like, best tan I've done in ages. That's like streak free, patch free, and stuff like that. And I just love the colour. I feel like it's really natural. Like, the undertone to it's a bit pinky, a bit as if I have been in the sun and tan naturally. You know, my face always starts to go pale quicker because obviously cleanse, tone, moisturise, things like that. But yeah, I did my hair the other day as well. I used the Manic Panic, I think it is. So Manic Panic, and the shade is, I'm sure it's Vampire Red. Yeah, Vampire Red. But I love this. So I've topped up that. Luckily I brought this before COVID-19 went on anyway. Although obviously online shopping does still exist. People are still buying online, so some people are still colouring their hair and things like that anyway. But yeah, I just love this shade. Just love it. So anyway, get my hair out of the way to do my makeup. Just like to use these clip things. Butterfly clips, I think they're called. Sorry, my terminology, the way I speak, is not very good English. Even though I am English. So I have actually prepped my skin. I've cleansed using Esper. Let me get it. This Esper Optimal Skin Pro Cleanser. It's a 3-in-1 cleanser, exfoliating a mask and visibly radiant skin, and it's amazing. And it has little micro beads in it, so it just kind of gently exfoliates. It's not too rough. You can use it every day. I use it morning and night, and I just love it. It's expensive, but you only need a little bit, and it lasts quite a while. So yeah, I love that stuff. And then I toned it off, and then I've actually gone in with the Bobbi Brown Enriched Face Base. So I do like to usually use Esper, but I was just being a bit lazy, and I just grabbed this, and I brought this before COVID kicked off to top up in my kit, and so I've already got to use it on clients, although I have used it before and I do like it. So, and then this time I got the eye cream as well, so the hydrating eye cream, and I put some of that on. Feels nice. And it's always good to actually use eye cream before you put products on your eye area, because that's the known area that can crack and crease and things like that. So yeah, it's nice to have some sort of base on there. So yeah, I'm loving these products. I already have tried this before, and I'm just loving that so far. So that's my skin prepped, my CBD oil in, and hair out the way. So don't even know what I'm doing today. Maybe just a natural makeup. Someone did put on my page actually, they'd like to see everyday makeup using drugstore products. So I could maybe try that. Although I don't have a lot of drugstore products, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, let's just see. Let's just have a play. So I always like to do my eyes first, which now actually I'm lying. Because I've started to like prep my brows first. So I'm just gonna comb them out the way, get a hair gel on them. Sometimes this is handy to do first, because sometimes you can obviously get long hairs and it just gets in the way of the eye makeup. So yeah, first step, I like to comb through my eyebrows. This is just a clear gel, and this is by Primark. First you put it on, you think, oh, it's not really doing anything, but after a few minutes you notice it's actually set really well. So that's that, just a clear gel, £1.50, and I highly recommend. I did actually get one in colour as well, but I actually didn't massively like that one. Can't find it. What I don't like about it is, like for colour, you have to go in and be a little bit more structured and details, but the brush is not very good. So you could always get your own brush and go through the detailed one, which I have done and do with it. But the colour as well, it's a bit too warm. So they obviously had like 4 or 5 colours, and I just grabbed the clear and one to play with, and I just didn't like the one I picked up. So on my eye, I'm going to prime with P. Louise primer. So I've decanted it into a little tub, because obviously being a makeup artist, I don't always want to carry the tubes around. This is one of our tubes example, and this is actually a smaller tube. The eye bases I get are quite large, so to convert that into that obviously is a no-brainer. It just saves space, so that's what I do. So yeah, this shade is 2 and 3 mixed. I love number 2. It's such a peachy nice undertone, suits most skin tones, but because I've got a bit of a tan, I've put 3 in there as well. But it's still going to be quite brightening, so it's still lighter than my skin. I just like doing that, to be fair. So yeah, sorry, the person who said to do a drugstore makeup, I've already failed straight away, because P. Louise is not drugstore, I don't believe. So I don't mind making a bit of a mess at first. I'm trying to keep it neat near the brow, but on these outer edges we can blend them out later. So I'm kind of just, this is the P. Louise brush as well actually. Yeah, it is. You could get this in a set with one of her bases and the brush set. And I do recommend this as well. I quite like the shape of the brush. It's nice and flat, nice and thin. The shape is making it easy for me to get to the brow as well, as you can see. So now I've laid the base down, I'm going in with a fluffy brush and then blending out the edges with a light hand. Haven't got to do this too rough. I want to just make those edges seamless, so there's no separation between the primer and the skin. So with this, I'm just concentrating on the outer edges rather than the actual lid area itself. Because then when I go with the lid, I like to press and pat. Okay, so that's the base all blended, and then you can always go over with a sponge as well. Pat it in that little bit more. Oh, excuse me, I've not got COVID, I promise. Well, touch wood yet. So I'm next going to go in with, I'm going to actually, yeah, I've decided to do an easy eye look using easy products. So I'm not even going to use eyeshadows for my eyes, I think. I'm going to go in with the Hoola Caramel Bronzer. So it does usually say on there, but it's starting to fade. And again, I've depotted it because I put it in my own palette. And I'm just going to use a fluffy brush. Just trying to grab up some of the product. It's not dispersed and loads out, so I need a bit more product than what I can see is going on, I think. Like sometimes, you know, when you hit like a pan and it just goes poof, like eyeshadow everywhere, this is not doing that. So I just want to make sure I have got some on here. Okay, so then I'm not going to be too neat. I just think I'm just going to do an easy day look, not even too much thinking into it. So yeah, using fluffy brush. With this eyeshadow base, because it is a wet base, I've not set it, I've not gone over with powder or anything. I kind of have to press into it before I can start going round. And like, I'm so used to just going in and blending straight away, but with this you can't really, you have to kind of press it in. So yeah, press and pat. So it's not going to look very neat at this moment. And I'm kind of concentrating on this outer V. So it's like a V shape. Yeah, and then same with this side. It's not going to look neat at the minute, so ignore that. You have to trust the process. So I'm kind of patting in that shape I said. I mean, I like to do this outer V shape, whereas if you like a full rounded eye, you could always just come all the way in as well. Which I do kind of blend in there at some point anyway, but I like to first focus on the outer V because I like to lift up the eye rather than make my eye rounded. My eyes are already quite rounded. I hate how round my eyes are. So then next I'm going to get a cleaner, fluffier brush, and then I'm going to soften the edges so there's no harsh lines. Now I've took my eyeshadow quite high. You could always use a smaller brush to begin with and keep it lower within the crease, but I like to take mine quite high because I feel like I'm getting a slight hood. And I feel like when I do keep it there, it just makes the hood that's pocketing, like it shows it even more. So I prefer to bring it on and give the illusion that my eye space is obviously this high. Might actually dab it into a bit of a lighter bronzer just to help that blend. And then I am going to come in now and in this inner corner here, just because I like to kind of contour that area there. but it's ever so slightly, like you can barely tell this is obviously being done. Small differences, just give it that finesse. Here as well, I can drag it out, really buff it out, because again, you want the shadow to end nicely, blend nicely. You just don't want any harsh lines, not for this look I'm doing today anyway. Some looks look really cool with that harsh line. So again, I did just take up a little bit of bronzer again. It's a lighter one. It's actually, so that's the caramel hula, and this is the original hula. Yeah, just hula, I think it's called. So yeah, it's slightly lighter. Again, like you could have probably just used the brush clean, and just gently keep blending it out on its own. But it's nice sometimes to have the transition shades, like going a hue of colour. Okay, so I'm going to go back in now, back with the caramel, and just add more into the socket area, the outer V. Sometimes with eyeshadows, it's about building up the colour. And with this base, it definitely can take some building sometimes, especially with subtle colours like this. P. Louise base is amazing when you go in with like P. Louise shadows or the Be Perfect and like colourful shadows. It literally does make the colours pop so quick. But with the constant blending, you can sometimes blend away the shadow as well. So you just got to be cautious that you're not doing that. And that's why sometimes it's nice to just go in 2 or 3 times, adding your layers back in, and then keep blending out. Sometimes when people say I can't do eyeshadow, it's just because you've stopped too early, that's all. You have to trust the process, keep carrying on. Okay, so when I'm quite happy with a soft blend, I'm going to go on the lid now. I'm not doing no cut creases, but what we could do actually is take the original brush with the primer on, and with what's left on the brush, I'm just going to pat on the lid, just in areas where I'm going to put my next shade. I haven't got to be too neat, but for me, I don't need to take it too high. I haven't got the hooded eyes or anything. But this is basically creating a new wet base for the new eyeshadow, where some of that bronzers took away the stickiness. So I'm just going to go with my finger, pat it down slightly. It's like previously, obviously I tried to make sure it's all patted and all blended and all smooth. So we still need to do that. And you don't have to do this step. It's just I'm going to go for quite a skin tone on the lid, a bit similar to this colour that's come through actually. So it's just nice to eliminate some of that brown bronzing that was going on. But then I'm going to go back in with the Hula Caramel and just come on the outer edge a little bit, just to make sure that's blended. Okay, so then for the lid colour, I'm going to go mix between medium plus and a light plus, because I think that's a bit too light because I'm tanned, and then that might have been all right on its own, but I just want to brighten it up a bit. So I'm just literally dabbing in with this flat round quite thick brush, dabbing in a bit of both, and then can like make sure they're both mixed. And these are MAC Skin Finish Mineralized powders, and I'm just patting over the wet kind of concealer, well, primer that we've just done. To be fair, the concealer on its own, if it stayed dry and matte like that, it probably could have just left it on its own. So with the person who suggested, oh, do a, what's it called? I forgot what it's called, just the normal shots. My mind's gone blank. Is anyone else finding with this COVID-19 thing that they don't know what day it is and stuff anymore, and literally failing to even talk sometimes? Probably drinking so much alcohol isn't helping. Not that I'm drunk now, although I wish I was. Yeah, the normal shops, the sales shops, anyway, the beauty shops. What I was going to say, anyway, was, even though this MAC is not a normal shop thing, what is the freaking word I'm looking for? I'm so sorry. Yeah, so you can still get this from town Debenhams. It's not like something that you can't get locally. MAC you can get, and there's MAC stores in places, obviously not open right now. And then same with the Benefit, you could get from Boots, can't you? So yeah, the drugstore, that's the word. Yes, it's still kind of drugstore related in the sense that it's the Benefit Hoola you can get drugstore, because you could get it in Boots. I don't think Superdrug do it. And then MAC you could get in Debenhams, but I know that's not drugstore. But to me, it's not too high end as well, like compared to Tom Ford and Chanel's and stuff like that. Like, it's really affordable, but it's not vegan, so it's not cruelty free, which I would like to go full cruelty free. But I've got products that are like, you know, so full, and I'm not gonna just bin them. Else there would have just been even more of a tragedy of it being made and then just wasted. So I might as well use them up, and then after that I am going to look for some cruelty-free alternatives. So if anyone knows cruelty-free kind of same powders that's like MAC Skin Finish, let me know, because I do love the MAC Skin Finish. So yeah, on the lid I'm just going back in again. This time I'm just going in with just the paler option, and I'm going to go in the inner corner and a little bit under the brow, ever so lightly, because that was quite a big brush. I'm trying to not be too neat and precise as such. This is just an everyday whack on wear look, so it doesn't look a lot at the minute. So let's just get rid of that, and then I'm going to go in with a small smudgy brush I've got from Morphe E35. It's a really good brush to get under the eyes as well. And then I'm going to just take a darker shadow now. So this is more of a browner one, and this is from the NYX or NYX contour palette, and I think it's just one of the dark shades. I'm just going along the edge, because actually I prefer, especially for me, I mean some people look amazing with a wing, I prefer a smudged liner. So we don't want to go too far up, we don't want to go too much into the pale lid. But this is also helping going to set the gel in place for longer. And it's also just giving it that dark to light kind of blend. And then with that colour, I'm going to go even more on the outer edge, into the V a little bit. I hate doing eyeshadow on my own eyes. I wished I had some pretty faces to do makeup on. I'm missing it. So, because it's meant to be a daytime easy look, I don't think I'm going to bring it underneath. Okay, so far with the eyes, we've literally just got a soft-ish, blended out, kind of contoured eye. Contoured with the bronzers and the skin powders on top, and then obviously gone in with the eyeliner and then smudged that. So now it's time for mascara. At this stage I only want to do mascara on the top eyelashes, because I don't like doing them on the bottom until concealer and foundation is in place. This is a Marc Jacobs mascara, and it's really nice actually. I got it as a tester when I brought some of their foundation, so that was good, because actually it's lasted me ages, and I do like the mascara. Like, I'm not a massive fan of mascaras, purely for the fact that I feel like I haven't found a holy grail one that I love. They're either too sticky or they crumble off to your face. they don't separate the lashes enough, or they don't make them look thick, or they don't really do a lot, or they dry out too quick, or yeah, the list is endless of complaints that I have for mascaras. I love, like lashes need mascara, don't get me wrong. It's probably one makeup item that I would say I couldn't live without, because I just feel like the eyes look so rubbish if you don't put mascara on. But I just haven't found an amazing one that I can big up. But this is quite good, it's buildable, it's okay. I would be tempted to buy it, but it's just the price of it. Like, it breaks my heart, especially if it is in my kit, because you can't use the wand in your kit anyway, due to obviously passing on contraindications and stuff like that. You have to use mascara wands, so it don't matter on the wand. So then it's like you pay sometimes, what, 20 quid for just the solution inside. Like, it just, it's just stupid. So I don't like paying that much money, basically. I did get one from Inglot. I don't think I've got it. I can't show you the wand. Yeah, I did get one from Inglot, which I really liked. And you could really build up with that, but I did find it crumbles. So it's like literally like they tick loads of boxes, and then but they're just not perfect. So I've not found. Okay, so for primer for my skin, I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. So again, this is kind of, you could get this from Boots. So is it technically drugstore? I believe that is. So although it's an expensive primer, this is a small version, which is cheaper than obviously the big version. So if you didn't want to spend loads, you could go and just get a little small one, the mini traveling ones. A lot of brands are actually doing like mini travel products now, which is so good. Because like I prefer it as it fits in my kit better. And yeah, like especially if it's a new product as well and you don't know if you like it yet, it gives you a chance to not waste so much money and test it out before you might go and buy a big bottle. So I used to love this primer. It was religious for me. Like, I had to have this primer, and then I stopped using it for a bit. I think when I ran out, and then I just forgot about it. But then I seen it recently in Boots, and I thought I'd repurchase, because I am a kind of person who does like primers, and I know a lot of artists don't, but I do feel like they make a difference. Like now, touching this on my skin feels so soft. The only thing is you've got to be careful what they're made from, and then what you're layering it up with, because sometimes it can make things work. It can make things move, it can make things crack, it can make things just go weird. So I think this is actually a silicone based one. Doesn't say. Lightweight, oil free, contains A&E and more. Smooth skin. It doesn't actually say. I'm looking for the word silica, which usually means silicone in there. No, I don't think I can see it. But anyway, I'm not really going anywhere. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to layer up some L'Oreal 24-hour fresh wear and then hope that they work well together. I don't think I've tried this combo before. But this is a drugstore foundation. Obviously, L'Oreal is. This is about, I don't know, what do they range from? 12, 13, 14 pound, and you can often get 3 for 2. So this colour, I'm going to check, see if it matches my tan. Yeah, that's gone a little bit invisible into my skin. It only sticks out a little bit, but my chest is a bit darker than my face, so I might roll with that. And then if it's too dark, I can always lighten it with contouring and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a really nice foundation, actually. I'm trying to think what brush to do it with. What do I like? What brush do I like at the minute? Oh yeah, this one. So my brush is dirty, by the way. It's my own personal brush, and it's not been cleaned for probably 3 makeups only, so it's not too bad, but it does need a clean. But yeah, this is the NYX makeup brush, and I love this. I don't know what it does or what it's about it. It's just a really nice brush. So let's layer up. First, I do like to kind of press it in, especially because it's going over a primer. I just feel like this brush kind of works the products in, and it smooths your skin. Unless obviously it's the foundation as well that I'm using, because I like the foundations I have, and I do think they're good. But it just works really well with this brush. So now I like to do circle motions, left, right, up, down, diagonal, work it into the skin. Make sure it's nice and blended. So, like, how is everyone feeling over this COVID-19 situation? Like, I know I've not been doing too good because I feel like I've lost a lot. So I'm like grieving for a lot. I'm trying to adapt. One day I think I'm adapting well and everything's fine, but then something else will happen and then I have to start to get really depressed again and fed up and had enough. Obviously a loss of work's a big shot. Like, it makes you feel crap. Like, I've always known makeup artistry, like makeup bookings are a luxury item, and I know it's not an essential day of life, but it still makes you feel crap that you've just get your job taken from you and you just feel not needed. Like, you just feel useless. You feel like, why did I get a job that is literally useless? Like, come apocalypse world, you're not needed. Like, I should have come a fucking doctor or lawyer. A lawyer is quite important now. Seems like everyone's probably going to be making claims against companies who are ripping each other off left, right and centre. Doctors, police officers, fire people, all stuff like that. You know, when you're at school and they're like, you need to be a doctor, you need to be all this and that, and you're a bit like, I don't want to be that. Like, kind of wished I listened and actually become something important. I feel not important and useless. So yeah, that's quite depressing. Has anybody else lost their job and feeling the same, feeling useless? But yeah, I can't wait to get back up and running because I'm just so excited to like work on people again and not have to do my own stupid face all the time and like just see people. And like, I've always been one that I'm not too bothered about hugging and stuff, but I feel like I'm just going to give loads of people hugs all the time now just because I can. Although we won't for a while. That's the scary thing about it. We just don't know when this is going to be over. Is it till vaccines? Who's going to have the vaccine? Loads of conspiracy theories about the vaccines. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I have always thought it's a bit weird that they want to inject us and tag us with national insurance numbers. And we're practically tagged from birth anyway. So all these conspiracy theories are kind of flawed anyway. And like, and I do feel like, why would they waste money on a vaccine if it's trying to harm us? Of course it's not going to harm us. They like just would, if they wanted you to be harmed, they wouldn't make it in the first place, you know. So yeah, like, I do feel like a lot of people are anti-vaccine, but I think I'm for it. I don't know a lot and I can't really have too much of an opinion on it. I'm very in the middle, to be fair. But I'm swaying more towards that it's harmless and it's fine. Obviously, after years of testing, at the minute, it does seem too early. But yeah, it's just all nuts saying it. Like, I can't believe I'm even having this conversation about it all. It's just crazy. And like, who's watched the film Contagion? Made in 2011, I think. Like, it's like now, it's literally like what the world we're living now. It was mind-blowing watching that. Absolute mind-blowing. Like, but obviously this, because these viruses are around have been around, and things like this have happened before, just not on this scale. I think not a worldwide scale as, or I think what Spanish flu was. But yeah, I just think to this level, like, it's just no, like, our generation has just not seen it this big, I don't think. So yeah, absolute mental. Like I was saying, just as one day when I think I'm getting hold of like my emotions and myself together, and then another day something will set it off. Like, I've had an event company try and rip me off and try and charge me double because I was meant to be going with them in a week's time, but obviously we can't. So technically they're the one cancelling us or postponing us, and then they're trying to charge us double as if it's a brand new booking to trying to rebook in for summer, which in reality we can't even rebook for summer. But then they moved it to a winter season for the same price and no charge, which is fair enough. However, we booked for spring. I don't want to go in winter. It's going to be cold. It's on a barge. There's going to be 11 girls and 10 boys, and like, we was hoping to like pub crawl, go in the beer garden, enjoy the sun. Like, in winter it's just going to be dark early, it's going to be cold. Like, it's just not going to be just as good. Although give me any holiday right now and we're going to love it and appreciate it. But yeah, the fact that they just wouldn't move us free of charge to any date that's available, like, it just sucked. It just like showed that companies right now in this situation as well are money grabbing people. Right, I've just blended loads, as you could see. I do like to like go over areas, just keep with the brush. You can see I've kind of got a light hand. I'm kind of letting those bristles do the work. I do like to go in all directions, up, down, circles, patting, until it's just all blended. And it just it was blended a while ago, but I just really like to get it in my skin. I think that foundation does look really nice with that primer so far. So I'm just patting in now with a little bit excess foundation off of there. I'm just using it up, going over any areas I don't like or can see a bit of redness, which was my cheeks. And this is a Beauty Bay blender, and it's so soft. Like, this is not even wet or damp, so it just feels so lovely and soft, like you don't need to wet and damp it. I love this blender, so nice. But yeah, if like anyone's struggling because of this situation, you may have lost work, you may be working and getting kids full time, although you might be sharing it with obviously a school, you're a key worker, you just, if you're mentally not doing very well, like I'm here to talk anytime. Message me, because I know how it feels, and everyone can be always worse off. And sometimes, like, if you feel crap as well, you don't talk to people because they're like, oh, well, there's worse people off, or yeah, you know, people's loved ones are dying, which is horrible, and I'm so fucking blessed that that's not happening to me, touch wood, that it doesn't happen to me. But it's still like, all right, we've got the weight on our shoulders anyway. It's like, it's almost like you're not allowed to feel bad because you're not the worse off, but you are allowed to feel bad. It's okay to not be okay. So if anyone feels like they need to talk to someone, message me anytime. Honestly, I will try, even if it's to rant, scream, swear, even if you don't want no positivity back, because I've found sometimes when I'm feeling really crap because there's loads going on, that I feel like people trying to be positive actually doesn't help me. Like, I just want them to go, yeah, fucking this is shit. Like, I don't want them to be like, oh, I'll be alright soon. Well, no, it's not. I don't feel like that. Right today, I want to scream, shout and smash things. So someone, please just stop being positive, because it's not a positive situation. So it's okay to not be positive. It's obviously amazing to be positive, and it's best to, like, amazing to see the best in everything and everyone, but sometimes it's okay to not be positive too. So yeah, like, feel shit, cry, scream, shout, throw someone across the room if you need to, rant, get it out, and then tomorrow you could be positive. That's how I think it should work anyway. Oh, I wish I was positive all the time. I used to be a lot more positive than what I'm feeling now, that's for sure. Right, I'm trying to find a concealer. Oh, this one might work. So, oh, a drugstore one. So many drugstore concealers are coming out that you have to try them, like, at the price and stuff. And there is one that I like. Okay, so the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. This is good, and it works a little bit like Shape Tape, but for the price it was still 10-11 quid or whatever. But I feel like I struggle to get the product out, and I feel like when I get it out there's not loads in there, although I feel there's loads in here. However, for the price of just, say, double, let me get a full one, Shape Tape looks the same size. I don't know why, I just feel Shape Tape's a bit bigger. And as I'm pulling it out, oh, there's even product dropped on there, but there's just so much product. There's loads, I can get loads of it. It's so easy. So for the price of that, I'd rather get Shape Tape. But I'll use this now anyway, so you can see, although I think it's a bit pale. I'm going to use this one as well. So this one's the Rimmel Lasting Max. This one's a little bit more tan colour. And then I'll brighten up with this one. So these are drugstore ones. Yeah, is anybody else that's like lost, and like, I'm using quite a lot of concealer. I like quite a lot of concealer, but some people, you just don't need this much. So don't use this much. However, I must say a concealer I'm loving is the Urban Decay Stay Naked one, their newer one. See if I can find it. I love the packaging. I love that it's square. When I've got it in my kit, they stack together so nice. It's just beautiful. I'm so gutted I can't get a discount on it, else I'd have loads in my kit. But I'm trying to use up all my concealers at the minute, and then when I am run out and ready to replenish, I think I'm going to go with the Urban Decay and NARS Creamy Concealer and Shape Tape. They're my three faves. Although what suits one doesn't necessarily always suit another. So with this one, because it's a little bit lighter, I'm just putting it in this little triangle eye area there. Sometimes it's nice to brighten up the face there. I'm not a massive fan of contouring nowadays. I'm 34 this year, and unless I'm going out, there's just no need for it. So I like to let that settle in and kind of dry up a minute But yeah, I was going to say, has anyone had any plans ruined? Like, was you going on holiday? Was you hen do's, weddings, anything like that? It sucks, don't it? Like, it's just so horrible. Like, that's why I've been depressed as well. I feel like I'm grieving for the things that have been taken away from me. You work so hard and you plan so hard and you're so excited, and then it's just like suddenly, like, overnight, like, took away, and you're like, what did I do wrong? So yeah, I just feel shitter. But obviously I am blessed, and every day I thank the universe that I'm healthy, and my friends are healthy, my loved ones are healthy, my family are healthy. But then it's still upsetting that crap's going on and going wrong, especially hard-earned cash into stuff and you're not getting it back and stuff. It's so stressful. But yeah, I'm a big believer of law of attraction, and I've been blessed, and I do thank the universe a lot. And I do like do the power of now, and I do positive affirmations as much as possible. But I am struggling now. I'm not gonna lie, I am struggling to do it and stay positive. But all I know is when this is over, that I'm gonna be so freaking excited to like see my family and hug them and kiss them and make sure we do more things together for sure. Because we're what little family I've got, we're quite close. No one can cross us. We've always got each other's back. We're not a massive family, so we haven't always done like big Christmas do's or parties and stuff like that. Although the last few years we tried to do a lot more parties, but I feel like we should do it way more often. Like, I can't wait to do things with them again. So with that concealer, you could use a brush, but I'm just going to go in with my ring finger and make sure it's blended. Right near this eyeshadow here, I'm just trying to keep it elongated out and keep it neat. Going up to my under eye. A small fluffy brush would be great to just go in and buff. And then I also love this sponge for patterning as well. So good. I don't think I'm going to cream contour. Not for an everyday look. Like, you'd be in a rush and just, you wouldn't have time realistically. Like, who has time to cream contour daily? Well, at the minute, a lot of people have got time. So if I was going to cream contour, I'd go in with this Makeup Forever HD stick in 505. But I've also got, where is it? These kind of Sculpt Dark and from Our Dear Cosmetics, and they're quite good. You can get on a brush and just go with it. But also is really good to contour is just a darker foundation shade or concealer shade. You haven't got to go and buy specific contour products. It can be foundation or concealer in a darker shade, and it's so much easier. I'm trying to think what under eye powder to use. I do like quite a few. I'm quite blessed in the sense I've found a lot of products that I like and work. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I really like the L'Oreal Secret Brightening Powder for the under eye. That's really nice. But I might go for a bit of more of a coloured powder. So we'll go for a Huda Beauty one. And I'm going to go with I've stacked it into these. So I've got loads of powders. There's a L'Oreal there, there's the Huda, there's a Bare Minerals, a Laura Mercier, and there's a MAC. So I have to write on with like nail polish just to see. There should be a neater way of doing it really, but it worked. It's fine. I can see what's what. So put some on the side dish. And I'm just going to go in with a bit and press it in. I don't want too much because, like I said, I'm 34 this year, and my under eyes, if I baked or if I used too much powder, it would just crack and crease and I would look older. So I like to just use minimal product, and I am patting it in. Sometimes it's nice to probably just dust a little bit under there. Don't need a lot. And then dust it away. And I might use as well a little bit down my nose, on the forehead and on the chin. Because I do have dry, dehydrated skin, I don't need to powder all over. This foundation don't need powdering either. And because I'm going to layer up powders anyway, that's going to almost help to set the skin. If I was needing it to be lasting a long time, all day for a wedding or evening do, anything, I would powder my whole face, because I feel like it just sets it in place. And then if you feel like too dry after that, you can always spray some setting spray or something just to bring back the natural oils. So that's the concealer and powder, nice and smooth. So back to bronzing my face now. Where's my brushes? My brushes are all over the place. I'm going to go in with that Hoola caramel shade. Again, it's because I'm tanned. Like, this is quite dark for my normal skin tone, my natural skin tone. But because I'm tanned, I can get away with it. And I'm using this big fluffy brush from Peaches and Creams. So now I'm kind of going to contour and bronze with this. So my temples, my cheeks. And because I've not powdered here, this is why I'm patting it in first. Before I could do all this blending, it needed to be patted in first. Otherwise, it could lift up the base. So patted the temples, patted the cheekbones, kind of like under the cheeks and on top of the cheeks. So you should really contour with an ashy toned kind of contour product or deeper product. You shouldn't really use a bronzer to contour as well as be the bronzer. It should be in a two different hue of colours. But like I said, for an everyday kind of makeup, I'm not too bothered about contouring correctly. So with bronzer, you would naturally have the sun hit your hair, your highest part of your forehead, down your nose, and obviously your cheek points. But then I'm also kind of contouring with it, and then doing around the temple, around the top of my head. And for me, I like to do my jaw as well. Because of my tattoos, I would go then in and get a wipe and clean any of my tattoos and stuff if I was being like neat about it or too bothered. Like, I'm probably stuck around the house. Well, not probably, I am stuck in the house, so it's not like I'm too bothered about jawline powder today or anything. No one's seeing me anyway. So that's the bronzer. I do like that bronzer. I must say, when I first got it, I was a bit like, oh, it's not very nice, but it's because I wasn't tanned enough. I've brought this Revolution blusher. I think I got this as a gift, actually. Blusher palette. It's obviously got loads of colours on, and then it's got like highlighter colours there as well. You know what? I do this a lot. I just mix it in. I like a bit of peach, I like a bit of pink, so I'll have a bit of it all. So I'm just taking the excess off on my brush and then dabbing it on my cheeks. Because I've got quite high cheekbones, I like to concentrate on that area first. Because I'm quite tanned, actually, I might skip these shades now because I feel like it might be too pale on my skin. I feel like a pop of colour's coming out now. I'm not lightened it too much. I quite like a bit of blusher, so this might be too much for someone else. And then on this cheekbone here, I like to kind of pat and drag up and then buff round as well. But obviously everyone's face shape is different. You might just want to do it on the apples here. And I do also like to put a bit on my nose, because it's almost like if you was suntan naturally, you would have a bit of a red nose. And then also on the forehead, ever so slightly. You could also do the chin as well if you wanted. Okay, and what I like to do after that is then go in with the brush. It's still got some product on from before, and then press over. And I feel that sometimes that can just help it kind of just sit back into the skin rather than on it. Just pressing it in. It's funny, I've got like so many lights in here and the lighting's still quite crap. So highlighter, I might do a Benefit product again and go with their, I think it's Cookie highlighter. I actually took it out and put it in this palette, and this one's actually stuck down, so I can't even show it in the pan. But before I like to do my highlight, I like to spray my face. So I've got the primer water from Primark. This is actually so good. This is like, I'd say, a dupe for MAC Fix Plus. MAC Fix Plus can come out really thick spots as well, whereas this is so fine. Like, it's a perfect spray. Like, I'm not too wet, there's not spits everywhere. It's actually just done what it's meant to do. It's amazing. In fact, like, it was that good. I had one and I went to go back and get a few others, and they just didn't sell it for a bit, and then they had it on the shelves again, so I went and brought two. Like, I mean, it lasts ages. Else, if I went through it quicker, I'd have brought loads more, but because it lasts ages, two's going to last me ages, and I just hope they keep selling it. Please don't stop that, Primark. I love that product. Out of anything that I've showed you today, that's a product you need to buy. It's just amazing. So yeah, I'm going over the cheekbone area using this cookie, and it is a bright highlighter. This is not for the faint-hearted, this highlighter. So again, being Benefit, it is drugstore. And then I don't want too much, and I don't want the harsh line, so I'm just going to go over with the blush again as well, trying to make sure it's blended in. I could go in with the cleaner brush and do this, but I don't mind adding up more blusher if needed. Yeah, like, if that was a clean, like, it's just got so much product on it, it's so good. A little bit goes a long way, so I couldn't blend it out with the same brush. So I do like to go on the Cupid's way. I don't know why, I just like it. And then chin area if you wanted. For a matte girl, you wouldn't want to do this. And I like the bridge and tip of my nose. I do like a Tin Man nose, so I don't mind going quite ham on my nose. And then could do a little bit over the forehead here and here. But I do like a glow, so I am trying to keep it held back, so I don't want to go over the top. I'm getting a bit too old for it now, but I do like my highlighter, I must say. So then I'm going to go in with a finer brush, spraying it, picking up the same highlighter, taking a bit off because it is very pigmented, and I'm going to go in the inner corner. Because the distance between, like, my nose and eyes, it means I can bring some accentuate in there, some light there. Whereas if your eyes are too far together, you'd actually want to keep it quite dark there. Far together, far out. But if your eyes are a bit close together, you definitely can get away with even a lot more of light in that area. It's like an illusion, but I do love a pop here. Some people love it, some people hate it. So going back to the eyes, I'm going to go do my mascara, the under mascara. And I'm using this MAC one because I love how thin it is. And you can just really get in with that. I do love this one for the under eye. Don't really like it for the top lashes, but I think it's perfect for the under eye. And with my eyes as well, they're looking a bit pinky, probably from the tiredness and the crying from this miserable moment in our lives. I'm going to go in with a nude eyeliner, and this is, I think it's, oh, Walk of Shame by Urban Decay. It's like just a nice pinky, skin tony nude. Not too white, but I hate how wide my eyes are, so if I put white in, I'd just feel like a doll and I'd hate it. So that's a nice brightener one without being too bright for my liking. And I do like this MAC one that you can build it up as well, actually. I forgot to carry on recording then. So I've just gone through this brow slightly with a 3.5 Gimme Brow by Benefit. I didn't realise I had so many Benefit problems. But Benefit problems. Benefit products. I'm a Benefit whore. Didn't even know. But yeah, no, I've just recently been buying their stuff before all this crap, and I did start liking them again. Like back in the day, I used to love their highlighter and their cheek tint. And that's all I really brought of theirs. But obviously since then they brought these Gimme Brows out and all stuff like that, which I brought the Gimme Brow eyeliner, and it lasted, not even lying, about 2 weeks. So I didn't really like that. But then I loved this little comb that they've got on this brush. Like, I feel like it's the opposite of that Primark one. Like I was saying, the Primark one's too thick. See the difference? Like, so I love how this does stick really hard, but I love how I can go in with colour with this one. That's what I was trying to say earlier. So yeah, I love that I can go in with detail and apply some colour without worrying that I'm going to make a mess. So, and I love this colour because it's a bit of a reddish brown, and obviously I've got the red in my hair, so I do like a bit of warmth in my brow at the minute. So yeah, that's like, you could actually leave the brows at that really for an everyday, quickly going out look. My arch is awful and it's mainly tattooed on, so I struggle to comb in now because there's not really hair there. So I could leave it there, but I might go in with this pen with MAC. So they're quite hard to find on their website. I'm sure when I type it in, it don't come up. Shape and Shade Brow Tint. So one end is like this useless powder. It's powdery stuff. But look how thick this smudger is. I actually don't get the purpose of this at all. I'm guessing that you're meant to go in your thick area with it. I don't know. It's useless. But this end is amazing. It's like a felt tip pen. The product itself is good. This is a really dark colour, but I do, because of my dark to red, I do like a bit of a dark brow as well. But with this, I like to go in and imitate some hair. It's slight differences. It's literally just bringing out a few hairs. And it could give it that microbladed look. Because I'm all about the natural kind of looking brow at the minute. I don't do my brows very good. I'm not even going to pretend that I'm a brow queen, because I'm not. I just feel like I need to draw some fake hairs in some places where I don't really have a lot. It's so hard sometimes to get that really thin line. You can press too much pressure and you can go horribly wrong. So I might just leave my brows there. It's meant to be an easy, subtle look anyway. So I'm at the lips now. Trying to think if I've got drugstore lip products. What have I got? Oh, I've got this one, but I'm not putting it on for every day. This is Collection 2000 Stay the Night Lip Tattoo. Oh, it's so good. I'm so upset because one of the things as well with this COVID-19, I was meant to have a rave on. Raves Reunited, Emporium, Colville, 4th of April. And I was going to wear this. Oh, look at it. It's amazing. It's so nice. It's got a little sparkle metallic looking at it. I don't think you can see on camera, I'm not sure, but it's literally the bomb. I used it on a Club Heat photo shoot for the Club Heat Coventry, and the girls like put this on. I left, so I had to leave it with them, and they put it on, and one of them even messaged me like, what is that product? I'm gonna buy 2. Like, they just loved it and they look so fit with it. It's just gorgeous. Like, it could give you that porn star look, it could give you the raver look, festival look. if you're bright out there kind of day girl, fucking go for it. Like, honestly, I love it, and it lasts so long as well. It don't come off. It's so good. Okay, I've been trying to find some drugstore kind of lip products, and I found an Elizabeth Arden Mocha pencil. So it's gonna be quite brown. I don't know how this is gonna go, with a Rimmel Prova Clip 16-hour kiss proof lip colour. Now these are good. I know these are good. I've got a few colours of these, and yeah, you obviously got your liquid bit, let it dry, and then you go over with the gloss bit, and it really does last. Like, a client recommended this because she come to me for a trial, and she had something staying on her lips, and I went, oh, you got lipstick on? She says, yeah, that was from yesterday. I was like, wow, that's good. What is that? So that's how I got into these. The colour selection, I don't think is the best selection for like lip products, but the few I've got are really good. Yeah, that's the same anyway. So that's the brown, like a brownie nude, then like a bright red, kind of like orangey undertoney red, and then a nice sexy hot pink. Again, this is gorgeous as well. I do love my hot pink lips. So yeah, I'm gonna go for the nudie, more daytime wear, and then this is the liner. So I'm a bit scared, although I do like a dark liner. And then I have got like some NYX lip glosses and stuff as well, which are really pretty, so I might top up a bit of that as well. So let's go in with this scary dark liner. To be fair, I like a dark liner and I like a nude, so I think it'll be fine. Plus, there's not a lot else going on, so I probably do need something so I don't look so plain and boring. This would be a beautiful lip liner for deep skin girls, deep dark tone girls, and that's Mocha Elizabeth Arden. So this, I'm just gonna smudge with my finger, try and blend it out. Who's worried about their fillers and lips deflating in this lockdown? So I needed to get mine done in August. I've not had them done in a while, and now I'm scared that I can't get them done. Although it really doesn't matter. I'm not going to cry about that, but you know, still one of them things that you was expected to do that you suddenly can't do anymore. It's horrible, isn't it? Having things taken away from you. So, oh, that's the colour. This doesn't usually look that dark, but I think it looks so dark because of the lip liner, but I'm not mad at it. I quite like it. It's quite a nice combo. Just need to make sure that's blended and set before I layer it up with anything else. And thinking about it, I'm loving like glittery, shimmery glosses at the minute. So I might go with this NYX kind of shimmery, glittery one over the top. Because it's kind of like coppery. And this lip's looking a bit coppery. So I need to wait though. You need to let it set and let it dry before you go in with the top coat. Although some people have said to me that they don't use the top coat, but I feel like it feels weird without it. So that's the annoying thing with this actually. There seems so much product in this, but not as much in there. So it's like when you run out of that, well, that, you're going to have to wear that on its own anyway. I feel like if you don't use this step, it sticks together. Like you won't be able to do that without it cracking. So yeah, I feel like it does need it. So then let's try this on top. So this is the NYX Cosmic Metals Lip Cream in CMLC 16. And with a glittery shimmery gloss, I just like to kind of put it in the middle of the lips, not all the way to the edges. It helps just give it that bigger pout, that bigger lip look. So I feel like I need some eyelashes, but I'm not gonna. I need to give my eyes a break because I put some on lashes yesterday, and when I took them off I could feel like it ripped a few of my lashes out because the glue was too good. So I need to try and not get too addicted to wearing eyelashes again every day. But I'm lucky that I can do lashes because I know there's a lot of girls out there who usually have your natural, like, infill kind of lashes. And I know you're all gagging to get it done, but you can't. Whereas I could just stick them on when I need to. Okay, so I've just put my hair up kind of cutesy, just a little bit half up, half down. And also chucked on some kind of gym wear. So I'm gonna try and get back into some training today and healthy eating, because I've obviously through this I've been either stress eating, stress drinking, so I've literally put on probably about a stone in a month. And before that I got to a really good weight. I got myself down to about 75.7 kilos or something like that from about 83. So I was so proud of myself, and I've just really let myself go. So I thought if I put some sportswear stuff on, I'm going to definitely do some sort of exercise, even if it's 10 minutes in my own front room. So yeah, to finish up I just need to, I'm going to put some setting spray on, which is the Morph Continuous Spray. I love this spray, a bit like the Primark one. It's just has such a fine mist, like I don't feel too wet or anything. It's so fine, it does never spit out. Because I've tried a few, like your Too Faced, your Make Up Forever, quite a few brands, and they can sometimes just spit and it really irritates me, whereas this never has, and neither is the Primark one. But for a bit longer, like, I don't trust this for longer wearing. Like, I like to layer it in between makeups and stuff for my bride, but at the end of a makeup I wouldn't probably trust this on its own. I would go in for something stronger. And then also for my hair, because I'm trying to look after it, this is why I've not really done a lot with my hair. It's just, it's a bit crap. I don't really do my hair, I'm not gonna lie, because I've been treating it. Obviously this is, I had blonde on, bleach on to go this red, so I'm using a lot of Olaplex, I can't say it. And so I'm just going to go in with their number 7 bonding oil, and then kind of just go through my ends and stuff with it, smooth out as much as I can some of the frays, just to give my hair a little bit of TLC. Because yesterday I did curl it, like with curling ones and stuff, and my hair's naturally curly anyway, so it does hold the curl. I don't often always curl it. I've been trying to leave it as much as I can, you know, so it just grows and is just healthy in this time. Because that's the end goal, is to have nice healthy hair after the damage and after some bitch burnt it off a few years ago. It's still never been the same, so I do try and look after it now a lot better than I ever used to. So yeah, I think that's it. Like, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna have a smoothie. I have one with the whey protein shake, soy milk, and then I'm going to throw some berries in there. I've got blueberries, raspberries and strawberries, so I'm going to blend all that up and just have that. I feel like my CBD's kicked in. I'm feeling just a little bit happier. I probably feel a bit better for doing my makeup as well, better for the fact I've put some sports clothes on, even if it means I'll just go for a walk around the block. And then the fact that I'm just going to go and have a nice healthy smoothie. So yeah, I just hope that I just feel better soon and just start losing weight and just stay focused every day, try and do more meditation again, try and cut back the alcohol, crap food. I'm going to stop baking as well, because like baking loads of help, like cakes and bob cakes and things like that, is just not helping the weight. So yeah, I'm just back on it now, hopefully. I just need to get out of this bit of a depression, feeling sorry for myself. But like I said, if anyone is struggling and you want to talk, rant, swear, scream, cry, anything, just let me know. I'll be here for you. I can be as positive or negative as you want me to be. Like, you know, like, everyone's everyone's coping differently with this, so just be you. Try not be too depressed, like stuck in a depression, if that's how you're feeling. Although it's really easy to say that, like I've been doing the same, honestly. So yeah, I just hope you enjoy me ranting and going on and not pronouncing words properly and things like that, and just hope that we just watched this and got some enjoyment out of it today. So yeah, if anyone's got any like video requests or anything like that they want me to do, then let me know. I am going to be doing some special effects makeups on myself soon. I always put them off because it gets so messy and you get glue on you for days, and to clean it off it's a nightmare. And it's just general recording, like with lighting around you and the space to do it, is just quite hard. So hats off to those who do it all the time, like YouTubers and stuff. I can see why they get paid well for it, because it is quite hard to do really well. So yeah, anyway, I'm ranting again, but yeah, take care everyone, be safe, stay at home. And oh, it's Thursday today, so I'll be applauding the NHS. Well done guys, and key workers as well. So bye.